All right, let's get back to this thing here, quick here. All right, let's get this thing set up. Having a little technical difficulty. So I have to start from the phone for now. Get Mike up here. There we go. What's up, Mike? How you doing, man?
What's up, big dog? Give me 1 second.
No worries. I'm still getting set on my side. My computer decided it did not want to load up for me here.
All right. Man, I'm good on my end. Try this damn camera. This dog gonna stand be killing me. Ooh,
I feel that, bro.
ooh.
Well, I've been excited to I've been excited to get you on here, man. I think we got a lot of people that are, so let's get these things squared and we'll get rolling.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. I got a little bit of a cold too, so if that see a little nasally and shit, or
Okay.
that's not the quality too bad, but should be
Hey,
good.
we'll make it work, man. We'll make it work. Let me get this phone on Do Not Disturb real quick and then we'll get started.
All right. Sure. Let me hit mine too. That's a good point. Uh,
There we go.
Around this doggone phone, man. I know your phone be going crazy, so you already know.
Man, mine has to stay on Do Not Disturb most of the day because I wouldn't get anything done if I let it ring off the hook like that. Especially with the community growing as much as it's growing right now, they always got so much going on, man. So
Yeah, man.
I can
Yeah.
relate for sure. But
Love to see it though. I love
well,
to see
bro, let's
it.
yeah, man, I appreciate that. But let's start, with you, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, just your backstory prior to real estate, and what got you into the space, and a little bit what you got going on currently, and then we'll rock from there.
Yeah, for sure. We live?
Yep.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. So yeah, man. So backstory, I'm originally from Baltimore. I've been all over the place. I've seen a lot of things, and I think with the space and entrepreneurship, it was kind of always the thing. I never really wanted to go the traditional route. Um, and music was really my heart and soul, that kind of thing. But kind of moving along and seeing progression, I was in sales as like a backup plan, if you will. Got really good at that, and just realized like the corporate space for salespeople is not the best kind of space. And
Yeah.
got that last kind of like, hey, this is not, what's it called? This is not. They don't have your best interest at heart. I think that was in 2019. Had a real
Nice.
good lesson learned, you know what I'm saying, by a company who was promising me a lot and just played with me. So I was like, it was the last time I ever going to let somebody play with my money. So I think from there, just kind of jump into just full on entrepreneurship, and it came to real estate to just being like the medium. Started out wholesaling and YouTube University it up till I got my first deal. And then, you know what I'm saying, from there just kept on going and eventually joined Sub 2, which that started skyrocketing a whole lot. So it's kind of like the end all back to now.
So what were you selling in the corporate world or in the it was I guess a corporate setting?
Yeah, everything. So I mean, like
Everything.
it was corporate, it was retail, business to business, business to consumer. I would sell like government stuff. I would sell phones. I've sold houses. I've sold well, not houses, like windows, door, side, and shit like that. Door to
Yeah.
door sales.
Oh
Um,
man.
yeah, what haven't I sold, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, you feel me?
Ah man, I dig that a lot because I'm the same way. I think the first thing I ever sold was like my own service young. I was a teenager. I would like mow the lawn and stuff for people. I'd go door to door in the neighborhood and sell that. Then
Yeah,
eventually started selling shoes. That was a big thing for me, selling shoes for years. I started at Finish Line and then ran a footwear at Dick's and then just kind of got into collecting shoes and selling shoes a bit that way. Sold
yeah,
gym memberships, roofs, cell phones,
all that
and
shit.
now real estate.
Yeah,
Oh, digital marketing, everything in
yeah,
between. So,
everything.
what was it in 2019 that you said something got screwed by a company? Tell us a little bit more. Like, what happened to make you say, "All right, enough is enough.
Yeah,
I'm out."
yeah. At that time, I was selling. It was a company in Beverly Hills that I worked for. The Promising Company, they do startup funding. I'm not gonna go too much in detail, but long story short, I was selling services for them, and they had like opener closer role. You know how like we talk about us as closers, but we need people to serve it up, and they call openers in the corporate space, right? So. Uh,
Mhm.
the role I've always performed at every job I was at, always number one, or whatever the case. But getting here, I was like, all right, this ain't gonna be no different. But the promise was the pay, and the pay was like, all right, cool. They give you 60 for opener, but they're gonna give you 250,000 for a closing role. At least that's the earning potential, right? You eat what you kill. But I was
Right.
like, all right, cool. This is an easy call. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from there. I'm like, all right, yep, done deal. And learning this stuff, I'm always an overachiever, so I'm learning this shit fast. I'm getting lunches with the bosses and picking their brain. You know what I'm saying? Know everything and just investing it all in. Like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get y'all some money. And got to the opportunity to do the promotion. They used to go in classes. They wouldn't do it like, okay, I like your performance. They would go based on every quarter or every like half of the year, every once a year, where they will do like a class promotion. And long story short, they was promising me, it was like, yeah, you're way ahead of like your class, so you need to just come on and go with the previous ones. And there was a lot of promise behind it. I was sacrificing a lot of time. Like I would drive, I would get up probably 3:45, 4 o'clock in the morning, to travel out from Fontana, California over to Beverly Hills. If anybody knows how far the drive that is, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a long one.
especially in traffic. And for that,
Man.
like it was like 2.5, 3 hours, you know what I'm saying, one way and 2.5 hours back, just to show up, get there at 6 in the morning. You know what I mean? It's just like it's crazy. Or 6:30, whatever the time
Oh
was.
my God.
So you dedicate all that, but then they play with your opportunity. You like, bro, I can't live off 60 for this. You feel me? So I was like, all right, cool,
Yeah.
screw it. I took a cut because I definitely was making more out of the opportunities before that, but I took the cut because I saw the investment and they just played with it. It was like, we just, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was logistics stuff. It had nothing to do with me. It was just
Mhm.
logistics of how they was trying to run things. So I was just like, all right, cool. I can't depend on y'all. You know what I mean? But I think that was more like the eye opener that I had realized like if I really want to make like the kind of money that I know I can make, I got to do this a different way. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. I remember in my career, I was running gyms, corporate gyms, Gold's
Hmm.
Gym at the time, and I had a regional manager who came in on a Saturday. Keep in mind, when I'm working in the gym, I'm a competitive bodybuilder. So like
Yeah.
I'm like chicken and broccoli, like like I'm very clean, training multiple times a day.
Yeah.
My regional manager comes in and brings me like some candy and like a monster energy drink, like a giant, like sugary monster energy drinks. Two things that like I absolutely had no desire for and would not even in any way want. And he showed me in that moment how little he cared and knew about me at all. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, if you even just looked at me physically, you would know that these things are not what you should do to drive me to hit your sales goal. Came to
Right.
see me because I'm the best in the region and I'm the one that's going to get you to that goal that you want to hit today on the last day of the month.
Right.
And so you
Right.
brought me some bullshit that basically was a slap in the face to me. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah, bro. They don't be caring, man. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, if it ain't a number, it's just like not really that deep. But that's the thing, the difference between like how we think about like employer and employee mindset.
right.
It's like and I think one of the things I appreciate about some entrepreneurs like Gary Vee, where he'd be like, yo, I really talk to my employees. I get to know them. I get to understand them. I don't treat them just like something that they're doing for me. Like, I have to be thankful that they're even willing to give their time, let alone we paying them and shit. You
Yeah.
know, the value that a great employee would give is more than what you can pay them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So again, treating them as just like, whatever, we'll just replace you with somebody else. It's crazy. You know what I mean? But like,
It's mad crazy.
yeah. But
It's
it's
been a foundation of why I do things the way that I do. Because I remember feeling like that. Like, yo, like I literally don't matter to this guy at all. Even though I'm the absolute best. And like nowadays I can say that with humility. Then it wasn't said with humility. I was flexing on everybody to let them know I was the best around. And you
yeah,
still don't value me enough to like show that you care. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. Imagine the people that aren't hitting numbers that I'm hitting. Like,
right.
what do they get? They getting like, oh
Right.
my God. So I remember
You get the
when I
gum off your
left, I was
Timberland.
like, bro, I'm like, I'll never treat people like that. No matter how large of a business I grow, I will never treat people like they don't matter, and that's really been a
Yeah.
foundation of what we got going on this side. So like in the long run, y'all always have a little in the moment. Sometimes it stings, but that sting is what pushes us to make the life changing decisions sometimes is what gets you out of that comfortable role, right? So you
Right.
left and you said it was what did you do when you left that role? Did you go straight to real estate or was something in between there?
Well, I was straight to real estate, but like at the same time, this was during the pandemic too. So we kind of it was
Ah,
really perfect timing. You know what I'm saying? Like end of 2019 is when I left, and then
got
2020
it.
the damn pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So it was a gift and
Yeah,
a
no
curse. It was actually
choice.
perfect timing. Thank God for it. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah,
it was an opportunity to just try shit, and it was like, all right, cool. We're gonna learn the stock market. We're gonna learn real estate. We're gonna learn like any way to get money outside of this stuff where everybody else usually makes money. So learn the game, and took a bunch of risks, and like I said, like ultimately it got to that space where I started landing deals, and it was like, okay, cool, this is real. You know what I'm saying? This isn't just something that they talk shit on the
yeah,
internet, but they just sell you on, you know what I mean, to try to get some money off of you. It's like, oh, you can actually go and get a $10,000 check, a 20,000, $40,000 check. You know what I'm saying? Like you can
yeah,
actually do it. So
yeah,
I think that was more the eye opener. And then, you know what I'm saying, like through consistency, it also showed me like how my habits was so bad, and like how like everything I was doing was trash, or you know what I'm saying? Like it forces you to
yeah,
really, really
yeah.
completely revamp how you be moving, and you know what I mean? But like I think over
That is
time
so.
it got better.
Yeah, you got to look in the mirror like you ain't. You're your own boss. You
Yeah,
got to hold yourself accountable. Like, damn, you got to step this shit up, man.
yeah,
You can't be doing that shit you did for somebody else. You do it for yourself. You can get very far, at least not
facts.
very fast, man. But it's
Right.
interesting that you mentioned the pandemic period, right? So like obviously we're hitting the 5 year marker, which is like wild to think about. The whole
Crazy,
year
man. Man,
and
it's
some
crazy.
change just blurred together, right? So I I was in a different spot in my life. I actually was living in Los Angeles right the week before, like right now, actually, like 5 years ago, this exact time frame. So people were starting to talk about this more, and I was in LA. My girlfriend and my dogs were in North Carolina, and I was like, I think I should come home because like I don't want to get locked down over here in California and then like whatever. So I flew back home and literally like 4 days later they were like, and they cut the airline. So like luckily I made it back to North Carolina, but my whole business for the 2 years prior to that had been out in LA in the cannabis industry. So I was doing my digital marketing thing, helping cannabis companies grow.
Hmm.
So the irony is I didn't go the real estate route that a lot of people went during that lockdown. I wish sometimes I look backwards and man, I wish I would have taken what I know now and had 5 more years of runway to be doing it because it would be a
Yeah,
lot farther.
yeah,
But when I look back at what I was doing in the cannabis industry, what I was really mastering was wholesaling. Like maybe we weren't wholesaling real estate, but what we were doing
right.
is sourcing a quality product, buying at a low, repackaging product. On my side, it's about branding. So like we would slap a brand and like get everybody, and then we would sell it to end buyers in
Yeah,
local shops and in local pop up events and stuff
yeah,
like very easy. That's what I learned how to do: buy it low and sell it high. And so
yeah.
when I
Sell
did
high.
get into real estate, I'm like, yo, holy shit.
Easy call. Yeah,
Like this
yeah,
is all I've been doing for years. I'm just buying a better product now, man. And then it started to go
right.
from there. So I went a different route to learn wholesaling from the pandemic.
Yeah. I mean, but it still led you to where you at too. You know what I mean?
That's
So
it.
like for
That's it.
I think that's dope.
Yeah, dude. And then you said you went through the YouTube University. I love that statement because like so many people are like, "Oh, I don't have $10,000 for a course, or I don't have anybody to teach me, or whatever." But there's so much free game out there, especially
Free
with guys like
game, bro.
Pace.
Free
Like
game, bro.
there is no excuse, right? How long were you on YouTube University before you were like, boom, putting it into action?
What I mean before putting it in action, not long, but before it actually like turned into money, dog, it took me 8 months to get my first deal. Um, but like
Eight
YouTube
months.
University, like that was the first time it just free game and just trying to learn. And then you talk to more people, and then eventually when you start making some money, that's when we get into like private stuff. And I would contract for like some investors, like I'll be a closer for them and be like, hey Mike, this is I actually learned creative finance from another investor. It wasn't Pace that I learned from.
Uh-huh.
I was just doing closing work for him. And I was like, yo, you mean to tell me that somebody is really willing to sell me this house for no money down, brand new? You know what I'm saying? And like it just
Yeah.
sound like a scam. But like he gave me like some of the coded scripts and some of that stuff with like more knowledge. So it came from like the YouTube stuff to then just like adding value to other people and learning more to then like finally learning or like getting some money and then, what I'm saying, investing into the real game. So
I
um
love that.
a little
I
bit.
love the 2 points that you made there. Like taking
Mhm.
action very quickly, actually seeing the reward of that action took a little bit more time. And like that's where a
Mhm.
lot of people miss. They like study for so long before they even take action. And then there's another extended period of time before they see that result. So like, oh, this doesn't work, and they give up. I've been studying for a year and I haven't
Yeah.
done anything. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, how many times have you got on the phone and talked to sellers? Like, how many leads have you generated? How many, like, what have you done? And they're like, oh, well, I've studied everything there is to study and I know every answer to every question. And I'm like,
Yeah.
great,
Shit ain't
you've
gonna
done
get you
nothing, right?
nowhere.
You got to put it into action. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I love to hear from people is like taking the information and immediately implementing it, even if it doesn't mean I get a deal within 7 days,
Right.
but it does create the foundations of skills. Because honestly, for especially for guys like us that have that ability to sell, right? When you have the ability to sell both yourself and anything that you touch, it's just a
Right.
matter of mastering the craft. It doesn't
Right.
matter what it is. I have to learn my product knowledge. I have to master this portion of that. Once I got that dialed, I could do it in my sleep. I could, it
Yep.
doesn't matter who I'm selling to or what I'm selling. That's
Yep.
just how the game works. So for you, I'm sure you're in a similar spot. You're like, yo, I just need to learn this and then
Hmm.
start taking action. And so you were
Hmm.
able to connect with another investor. So you basically JV'd or partnered, collaborated with somebody else to learn that. And so you did your first deal. Was it a JV on your first deal with this other person, or did you get this one on your own?
The very first wholesale deal that I did was a JV deal when I was doing the which was crazy too because we were supposed to make like $40,000 on that joint. Ended up having to split 10. I was mad as hell because we got jipped by another company. I ain't gonna blast more here, but it was funny as hell. But it was a good learning experience too. But the first creative deal that I did when I was actually contracting for an investor, he taught me the creative stuff, and that was those are when I first started closing creative deals. That was when I really peeked behind the curtain because wholesaling the crib, getting under contract, selling it for higher. I ain't gonna say it's easy, but it's definitely much simpler. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
doing the creative stuff and just kind of getting that way was like, oh damn, like you really gotta learn it. So like you said, understanding the craft and then just master that shit is like, all right, cool. Now you can, you know what I mean? Like start going out there for it. So yeah, it took a little bit. Mhm.
Yeah. Well, so that's cool to hear. And for anybody that's listening, like a lot of people that are good at sales and looking for a way to make money for themselves end up looking at real estate and wholesaling. And so if you have that ability, like you partner with somebody, get with somebody that's got a little bit more experience than you. Let them
Mhm.
help you, teach you along the way, and get deals done. No matter how great you were prior, you were able and willing to take advice, partner with somebody, and get deals done. Like that's what our
Yep.
whole community is built on our side is like, let's collaborate and do more instead of trying so hard to do it alone for so long. So I think that's really cool. So you got the first one after 8 months, and then did it start to pick up for you quickly, or how did it go from there?
Yeah, it started picking up. I started doing things more regularly. It was still harder, but at that time, like you said, I still wasn't after the first JV deal, I still wasn't on the team. I was still doing shit by myself. So a lot of that stuff I had to deal with ego, but I also dealt with like experience, like, all right, cool, this shit is real. I can do it again. I can do it again. And then got a couple more deals, but that's when I started getting like some gaps. And then I was like, all right, cool, screw my ego. Let me go ahead and, instead partner up with some other people. That's where the
Yeah.
contractor and I learned the wholesaling stuff. I mean, excuse me,
Yeah.
the creative side. And then that's when ultimately I ended up getting the funds to join sub two and really started ramping and started collaborating with people and joining teams and things like that.
Stub 2 is a game changer for a lot of people. I know
Right.
it has been for me, and I know it's done a lot for you too. So, like,
Mhm.
it's obviously important to invest in yourself once you start making money. Sorry, I'm getting some other people up here on stage with us. Once you start making some money, investing in yourself and learning and advancing. So, you took Sub 2 a little bit different direction than most, right? And started to create your own stuff from it, right? Tell us what grew for you from the Sub 2 community.
Yeah, yeah. So in sub two, I mean, I was still going the same route as everybody else. One, just kind of coming in either I bought properties, you know what I'm saying, not using my own money. I was wholesaling creative deals, cash deals, things like that. Joining teams, meeting a lot of people. But for what people know me for now, which is crazy, is the vehicles. And that was just an organic start. Like I just needed a car. I was cash rich and credit poor. And Pace always talks about you can start to anything. And he
Yeah.
ended up like randomly one day just dropping the contracts for the car docs in the group. So it was like, all right, well, fuck it. I'm gonna try to use, you know what I'm saying, figure it out and see how it works. Reverse engineered everything, you know what I'm saying? I looked up the definitions of all this crazy stuff, started calling around the DMVs and insurance companies and all that, trying to see how it worked, you know what I mean? And then long story short, it was like convoluted, but I was like, all right, if you do it a certain way, it can happen, right? So I kept trying to find an opportunity to find a vehicle I could take over somebody's payments on. Didn't get much luck, so I ended up still having to go to a dealership to get a car. Bad loan, everything like that. But probably 3 days later, I went down to a meetup in Orange County or whatever. After the meetup, my guy Richard knows we was just talking, and we was talking about the car docs, and he was like, I was like, yo, pay stuff car docs, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can get cars and all that shit like that. And he was like, yeah, man, did you try to, find something? I was like, bro, I just got this bullshit from the dealership because I couldn't find one. And he was like, bro, why don't you try Turo groups? And he
Mhm.
quickly talked about it, was like, yo, because they're trying to get out because of the car market shifting. And I was like, bro, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. Took the advice that same night, and I made a post in one of the Turo groups
Action
that
taken,
went
baby.
viral. Like one post went viral, hundreds of cars, bro. You know what I'm saying? From exotics, the basis and everything between. People was like, yo, take my payments. I do not want this shit no more. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is a bigger problem than me. You feel me? So from that, I was like, all right, cool, fuck it. Well, I'm a sales, so I'm gonna try to close the people. I know wholesale. Let me see what the vibe is. And so I ended up having a few conversations with people. Landed like four off the bat, easy as hell. Like not even just through text message. You know what I'm saying? Not even phone and close it down. I'm like, this is crazy. So I was like, all right, cool. Well, let me see, if we can find any buyers. Did the same thing in a different group. Shit went viral. A whole bunch of people want to do it. And I was like, okay, cool. This is real. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. And I think for the first four deals, bro, like inside of a month, um, it was like 20 some odd thousand just off of side, just like random side joint. I was like, yo, I can make 20, $30,000 a month just doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like on the side if I figure this out. But it was a lot of kinks in it. And I didn't want to get too crazy. And it was like you still had to kind of learn it. So from that, uh went through a lot of stuff, did more deals after that, and was doing it on the side. It wasn't something I was really trying to pursue. But people caught wind that I was doing it, and they would ask for advice. I would add a lot of value. I would just give everybody everything that I knew and how to do the shit. And then it just continued to get better because I would learn more. I would understand more. We would go to different states. We would deal with different problems, different companies, different all of these things. And I would just document everything. And then it got to that space where it was like, all right, cool. This is really viable because now more people have this problem. The car market is still going horrible. The economy is still getting worse. And people need creative finance for everything. It's not just houses, it's all of the types of asset classes. So for this, it kind of just organically kept growing. And then it just became a pivoting demand to be like, you really need to make a business out of this because this is no longer a side thing. You know what I'm saying?
Is that now your primary business versus real estate, or you do
Yeah,
both?
so yeah. I'm still in real estate one. So don't get that twisted. Like I'm still closing. I actually just did a walk on a property today. But
Nice.
in terms of like for active income right now, like the vehicles is kind of taking over. We do like cars, trucks, boats, RVs, all that kind of stuff. And we built the platform. I don't know if you're familiar, but we launched sellerfinance.io because we're really creating a
Yes.
marketplace for everything creative. So that's gonna be it's vehicles now. It will be for real estate and all that stuff, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But
Yeah.
yeah, this world right now, this is taking up all my time. And then
Yeah.
anytime I close on a property or anytime, what I'm saying, I can do a contract close with somebody else, I'm still available. But
Yeah.
this was taking up my time.
Well, sometime we got to get you in a blitz with us on a Saturday. You could come in and close some deals. We set up basically what we do on Saturdays, or at least every other Saturday, is a virtual
Mhm.
blitz. And all of our community generates a bunch of leads, qualifies them, sets them up, and all of our closers go live and knock them all down all day. Like we did a blitz
All
in
right.
February. We got 17 contracts out of one Saturday.
Oh, one
So
second. Ooh, I like
one
all right.
Saturday, bro.
You had
I'm
a
telling
day, bro. See, now you talking my language. You got the rap. You know what I
we
mean?
we do big shit on this side. You know, we got my
Yeah,
man Daniel up here and Hans. They're the leaders of the academy as well. Like I know
yeah,
they would love to have you out there closing deals live because I just tell I know you got it. You just either got it or
yeah,
you don't. And like when you got that
yeah.
confidence, I know you're locking them down. That's
Nah, for
Come
sure,
cool.
on,
man. I
Mike.
definitely.
Come to the dark side, baby. Come get this sauce, man.
Talk to me, dog. Talk to me. Make it
Hey, that's
happen.
all I'm doing.
Yeah,
Make
dude.
it happen.
Daniel's awesome. He's sauce. Why saucy? Be bringing the
Mhm.
energy just like your boy all day leading the academy and everything. So
Yeah.
definitely a conversation to have there about we can have that have you closing deals with us there. But the car
Mhm.
stuff is like, or just not just cars, I guess, but like all the asset classes is really so intriguing to me because the thing is interesting that I joined sub two. What's crazy is like January of last year, the last
Mhm.
day of January of last year. So like not that long that I've been in real estate really. But when
Mhm.
I jumped into sub two and I went through Pace's course, off the jump, I knew that like I did not learn this for anything to do with real estate. It was
Right.
conceptually about understanding creative finance and the fact that there is no rules to this shit.
Right.
Yes, there's
Right.
some guidelines, but like if you can be creative and get somebody to shake your hand on it, you can make
Anything is
so
possible.
much stuff happen. Exactly, bro.
Right.
And when that unlocked for me, I'm like, holy shit, we're about to have
Mhm.
some fun. And things started to grow for us rapidly. So I love that you also, saw another creative opportunity for it. But I
Mm.
think an important thing to note there for people that are listening is that you didn't just find this cool thing and like abandon everything that you're doing and go chase something else new. You did this thing over here on the side of what you were primarily focused on until a point
Mhm.
where this side thing outweighed the other thing. Because like a
Mhm.
lot of people struggle with shiny object syndrome. Like for
Right.
example, coming off of this meeting, there will be a handful of people inevitably they come to me or go directly to you and want to do that, right? Because it's like, oh, this is cool and I can make money doing that and that's so cool. Nobody I know is doing that, da, 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 da,
Mhm.
da, right? And maybe that's for them, and maybe somebody finds that path and runs the same way you have. Cool.
Yeah.
But the likelihood says that they don't. They do that for 30 days. They chase down this little rabbit and they feel like, oh, this is cool. I've learned this. And they do nothing with any of those two skills. So I think
Yeah.
that's another thing that I didn't want to just skim over is like, it's very important to be able to identify what your primary focus is and still be able to do something on the side. And that was a great thing to hear for you or
Mhm.
hear from you through that because I think people would miss that.
Yeah, yeah, 100,000%, bro. I mean, I can say like I'm in a unique position because we were kind of like first to bat. But as we're doing it and as we continue to teach, like we're building our trainings and everything for people. If you're in sub two, you have access to some of the basic stuff that we've given.
Yeah,
But making this more accessible for people is definitely our main goal. But this wasn't like um just something random that at least to this point now, it isn't something random. It's something that's like, okay, we have the market, we have the opportunity and the basis to make this, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing shape. That's the only reason why, like, I would chase this, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's
yeah,
definitely, realistically, unless you're a car geek, there's definitely other ways to get a lot of money because this is definitely a world of a difference. But like I said before, like this is still growing. This kind of niche is blue ocean. There isn't really that many people doing creative finance for vehicles. You have companies that do like in-house financing. They'll buy low and then finance stuff with horrible, crazy ass terms and stuff like that. But there's not really people who are teaching you how to do these things yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I think
for
the
sure.
more that people, um, I think the more that people kind of get into the space of them like learning the back end shit, it's just the skills of learning how this stuff goes. And then, like you said, finding out something that you want to focus on that. This is cool as hell. I ain't gonna hold you, but focus
Yeah.
on what you focus on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think for me, it's a lot about like knowing the skills, but
Mm.
for me, more than anything, it's about knowing the right person to go to. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I could probably learn to do what you do, but like, why would I do that when I'm directly connected to you and like you can make it happen the right way for me, easier, faster, and probably cheaper than like trying to learn it all on my own, you know? So
yeah, fact.
that's a lot about of it for me. Like, yeah, all these things they're shiny and they're cool, but I don't want to learn them. I just want to know the person that's a master at that craft. So
Yeah.
now this is your primary focus, and I know we obviously connected. I think the first time because you're wanting to develop more of your own platforms and got you
Mhm.
connected to Zach and some of the things. So what's some of the growth for what you're doing on your side? Like, what are you guys heading towards?
Yeah. So I mean, I think I know we had mentioned it a little bit before offline, but
Mm,
the growth of the platform, we have a 2.0 version of sellerfinance.io that's coming like very, very soon, right? Which is a lot more streamlined. It's a lot easier as an ecosystem to come in, see an opportunity, get it, or sell an opportunity, whatever may have you. And all that stuff is tied into our systems, which just making it like super fucking easy to
mm.
get a deal done.
Yes.
You got AI support coming in to make it real, real smooth. You know what I'm saying? To like just really make the whole process gluey. And like as we're growing, like that's what we're trying to do, is just make it so that anybody can jump in. They know how to do it, they're educated on it. You know what I mean? Like the education process, we're continuing to build the use of the platforms, continue to build, and the whole TC process, all of the closing and everything is all in there. So that's what we're doing, bro, is just continuously adding and growing our platform. You know what I mean?
I love it. I love it, dude. And I know since the first couple of times we talked, actually, on my side, we have kind of as of now partnered with a couple developers that are like top shelf developers. Like they're incredibly talented. They work directly with Microsoft and have some serious ability, right? So we're on our
Right.
side, since we spoke, we've really advanced a lot on our custom tool side. So I could probably, and I will absolutely connect you to those guys if you want to, or like if you're at that
Yeah.
point where you're wanting, because on our side, we were built out on top of Go High Level. We still are. Our operating
Yeah.
system and everything was built out on top of Go High Level. But
Yeah.
I want, and I'm sure you can relate to this being, doing something so creative and unique in what you're doing. I want control over what we're doing, and I want to be able to like have real time feedback and changes. So like Go High Level gives us a rule book to play by that we've done as much as we can, and we've made a very what I would like to think is a very pretty Frankenstein-esque system. A lot of different pieces that are wired together, but it gets the job done.
Okay.
But with what you're doing, and especially because I know that you're growing fast, you have the branding. You're the sub 2 car guy. Like that's how
Yeah.
everybody knows you, and I know that
Yeah.
that's your branding. So like, I would love to
Mhm.
see how we could add other value and help you build more of that custom platform even more, dude.
Yeah, man. Look, that's just in the conversation because I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Y'all had advanced and stuff like that too. So I know because I think Zach was hitting me the other day too. I didn't get a chance to
Yeah,
hit him back. But
yeah,
yeah, no, we are definitely in that space right now where like a decision's gotta be made immediately as far as
mm,
like direction. Bro, I'm you know me, I'm such a fucking nerd, bro. Like when it comes to this AI shit and just like I'm sitting there seeing so many possibilities. And like you know how companies, everybody jumps on it and then they say they're an expert. And I'm like, yo, we all got AI at the same time. So how much better?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But like
yeah,
at the same time, it's like I am looking for that, you know, kind of partner and that kind of that partner to help me build this ecosystem out. So that we
yeah.
really I think we got you know what I'm saying, a couple options, but like I said, I want to extend this conversation for sure, at least on that
Oh
front.
yeah, we'll talk more offline about that. The
Mhm.
AI thing is cool, man. You know, like you're absolutely right. Like we all, especially as entrepreneurs, you have to be somewhat visionary. You have to be able to see the
Yeah.
future a little bit. You have to be able to pick up and adapt things early on. So a lot of us
Mhm.
play with the AI stuff and like try to see. So I have done a lot with it and I think very highly of it. But these guys that we're bringing in have like really expanded my understanding of what's truly like possible with AI. They're like, oh, we can create an AI agent. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like I've made a bot, like whatever, that doesn't matter. And they're like, no,
Yeah.
no, like an AI agent. Like we can code it where it will go in and do any manual task that you have to pay a VA to go in and do right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
The AI can just go in and do it for you in real time. And like, I'm like, oh, shut up, bro. We're
Yeah.
about to go
Yeah.
so hard with this
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. Yo, that's that shit I be sitting there saying. I'm like, I be keeping up with it, man. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be crazy. I think I actually seen an article. This is just on this topic. I'm sure we'll move on. But the
Yeah,
there was a open AI. So you know they released an operator like a probably at this point like a month ago or something.
yeah,
But they did it to try to test out the idea of agents and stuff for them. And I think it was yesterday or today where there was an article. Somebody was talking to OpenAI and they basically said they're gonna start charging a ridiculous high ticket monthly cost. OpenAI, they're going to do a $2,000 tier, a $10,000 tier, and a $20,000 tier a month, which
wow,
basically they're all agents, but they're
yeah,
like the $2,000 a month one is they call it a high knowledge like worker or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but like a high knowledge worker or whatever. Where it basically does everything that you're saying, but like in a ridiculous way, where it's like 10 VAs all in one, right? And then for 2 grand a month, which is crazy. And then the other one is a $10,000 a month joint that does like coding. You can program it to code and build and do all this kind of crazy shit. And you know, they charge 10 grand a month. So it's better be something nuts, right? But
yeah.
then they have the $20,000 one that's PhD level research or whatever. So I'm just sitting there looking at it. I'm like, all right, I'm looking at the implications for this for people's jobs.
That's
And
what
like,
I'm saying. That was my first thought. I'm like,
you know what I
man.
mean? Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like the stuff, the manual tasks that we normally do is like it's easy to get replaced. But yeah, what you gonna do?
Yo, and I'm not mad about it. Look, like I have had more than 300 international employees over the years, call center
Mhm.
agents, VAs, all kinds of stuff. And like I love to give opportunity to people, absolutely.
Yeah,
But like I as an entrepreneur can't say that that outweighs the increase in efficiency and optimization that AI brings. Like it's just like
crazy.
I mean, dude, like even right now, whenever I want to brainstorm something, you know, I brainstorm it with Chat
Uh,
GPT. I'm literally
fact,
talking to, I'm like, yo, I got this idea, and I literally let it make my idea better. And then I bring the cool shit outward to people like, oh my God, Garrett, you're so smart. You got
fact,
all these great
fact.
ideas.
Facts, bro. Facts. Do the
I'm
same
like,
thing.
thanks, Chat GPT. You really got me covered, you know, because like
Mhm.
it's such a value, dude, to it. That's really cool, man. I think that there's definitely a lot more. You know, we can run down that path on how we can help you on that side. But
Yeah, yeah, man.
let's let's see. I'm
Definitely
curious
doing.
to hear what the other guys got to say about this. I know Hans, Daniel. I know y'all got some questions
Look,
about.
I was waiting, my boy. I was waiting. I just asked my man, is he from Baltimore? I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I can hear it through and through, bro.
Oh, you're a Ravens fan, man. Shout out
Yeah,
to you,
bro, for
man.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Nah, so shoot, bro. I want to touch base with you on the car thing, bro. Cause dude, my mind is, bro, I build systems, bro. I want to build a lot of businesses, take care of my daughters type vibe. And
Mhm.
I want to build whatever I can build so they don't got to build nothing. And if you want to,
Yeah.
you do it. You know, so the car thing, you got me.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's definitely dope.
Yeah, so I want to network with you for sure, man. And I know G usually asks, drop your
Speaking of
link. I
that,
want to
bro.
connect, bro.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the first thought that comes to my mind, as we talk about this, is like, all right, well, what cars can we get on seller finance that we turn around and run? And like, I find somebody that wants to drive Uber and I let them use the car or whatever,
Mhm.
DoorDash, whatever. Like, I literally have the car now as an asset that I can use to make money. And I'm just hiring a driver, like I own a fucking taxi cab, but I can
Right.
have somebody else that holds it and seller finance to me, like 100%. Yeah, go
Yep,
ahead,
yep.
bro.
That's what people is doing now. They moving away from like Turo and stuff like that because the platform's changing. But shit like Uber and DoorDash, Uber Eats, stuff like that, that's an easy call. Charge $500 a week.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like we could hire a driver at I don't know, 15, $20 an hour, some young kid that just wants to drive instead of, flip burgers. And like all of a sudden we got a business that's making money. And like this is
Mhm.
why I love getting around creative minds like this. Cause I'm like,
Mhm.
Daniel, I know you think the same way. I know you're like, oh
Nah,
I
for
can run with
sure.
this.
Mhm.
Look, bro, the gears are ticking. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
Mike don't even know what's coming, bro.
yeah, yeah.
Gotta hit him with the sauce soon, huh?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. There we
Tap
go.
in, man. Just tap in.
Let me
Yeah.
see. Did I open this chat up so that people can ask questions?
Look, hey, you know how cold AI is? Watch this. AI, find my guy Mike Davis on Instagram.
They want so cold.
Hey, look at this. Look, I ain't touched my
That's
phone. Y'all
hilarious.
watch me. I ain't touched my phone. Look, bro. That's you found.
I'm still
Oh,
trying to
that's
figure out how to
hilarious.
even access
Yeah, how the hell did
AI,
you do
bruh.
that, bro?
Hey,
How the hell
bro.
did
Hey, I got the AI bots too on lockdown.
you? That's crazy. That's wicked.
So what do you do to even
That was
access
cool.
this? Because I just hopped on the net like a year ago.
What
What do
access
you do?
AI,
How are you the
bro?
youngest one out here?
Bro, I was just on a
Uh,
seller call, but
how,
bro,
how
I'm
I
hearing you
gotta know
guys
this.
talking about AI.
So what is this AI
Hey,
you
I ain't
speak
How are
gonna,
of?
I
you
ain't
the
gonna
youngest
lie.
one on here and you are the least tech savvy? I don't understand
Bro,
how
so
that's you,
look,
Han.
so when I was in high school, I told you I dropped out. But like it was
Yep.
bad. Like it was bad. Like your boy didn't even participate in any activities, learning how to use the computers, nothing. So I literally just hopped in, didn't know anything, and just said, I need to make a lot of money. How am I going to do it? Seen a video and was like, forget it. I'm going to just hop on, do my thing. And I actually started doing the servers on the computer first with Aqua. And I met them and I was like, asking my little brother, how do you even work this thing? And he showed me enough to be able to log into the servers and connect with them. Soon as I figured that out, I bought his PC. Well, I ordered him a new PC, took his, brought it to my room. That's what I'm using now. And then just started running the game. And then hopped into real estate like 2023 and still like all I knew was servers. I didn't know anything. I didn't know Word documents. I didn't know nothing.
All
So
right.
now I'm here. I'm learning,
We tell Han anything with tech, he's like, somebody help me. Somebody help me. I said, I'm old head.
youngest
There
old
we
head,
go.
bro.
I
Yeah,
ain't
that's
gonna
wicked.
lie, bro. If you want a cheap AI, bro, just download Snapchat. Don't add no shorties on there, bro. You get a free one. You get a free one, bro. Abuse it. It's free. They not charging for it, bro.
Nah.
Wait, you're using Snapchat
Snapchat for
AI?
Listen,
AI is
listen. Hey,
crazy, bro.
bro.
I
Look,
ain't
I'm
never
gonna
heard
tell you
nothing
right now. My AI bot is called Miss Saucy, bro.
about
Nah,
Miss
she
Sauce.
cold.
You got Miss Saucy on the AI bot. Nuh-uh.
Look, Miss Sauce, bro. Oh, snap. Let me drop my blur. Cool.
Uh,
Look, Miss Sauce, bro.
Miss Sauce.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Hey,
crazy.
hey,
crazy.
bro.
That's
She be
crazy.
having my back. I'm like, I need 10 alarms set up. Can't miss none of my coaches' meetings. I need it,
That's
They do all
awesome.
that? Whoa,
bro.
hold up. Fuck
Everything, bro.
me.
Yeah, it's like it's hacking your phone, brother.
That's wild.
Look, it appointment sets for free. Look, keep me up, hold me
I'm
accountable.
not
Drop
seeing
me the
what you're
notes,
seeing,
man.
brother.
Nah, you gotta go. You on Snapchat?
I'm not seeing what you're
You're gonna
saying.
have to send a screen recording, bro. I'm
I
so
got you, bro.
old.
I'll send this
Bro,
screen.
I ain't
I'll make
used
a Loom
Snapchat in
video,
like
bro.
4 years or something, yo.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Snapchat. I don't think I've used it in a long, long time.
Yeah, look, I don't
Mhm.
even touch Snapchat. I'm good on that. That's for my kids, but I use the AI bot on there. It's free.
The AI. See, talking to you, I wouldn't even have known that the Snapchat
Never.
AI
I
was like
would
a whole
never
bot to
know.
use for real.
No,
Last time I
for
was on Snapchat, bro, I was on BS. Just, you know what I'm
real.
saying? Like, on BS. That, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know what I'm talking about. That was about it. I
Look,
don't
not for
Facts.
sure.
know.
That was the low key, the sneaky platform. I feel
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Sure.
That
But
was-
I mean, let's jump back on track a little bit. Mike, tell me what's the coolest thing that you've seen come through and be seller finance?
Are we talking vehicles or are we talking anything like overall?
Whatever you think is coolest, bro.
Um,
Or maybe a couple answers. Maybe the coolest vehicle, and then like anything that's not a car. Like I know you've done some. You said boats. Have you done planes? I think you said that too, right?
we working on. I'm working on a couple of plane deals right now.
Mm,
But in which I'll talk about them once. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna make shit ton of content and all that stuff on them. We're gonna be crazy. But
yeah,
um,
cool.
for say that again.
I said cool. I love it. I'm like, am I about to buy a plane on seller finance? Shut the fuck up. Let's
Oh
go.
yeah. Hell yeah, it's crazy. Yo,
You and I both.
Pace done bought like two of them. He done bought like two of them already.
Wait, who did? Tasted?
Pace. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
Bro,
now
you
you're
about
buying.
Yeah. Pace done bought like two.
to catch your boy in that deep royal purple airplane, like soul plane in the
Oh,
air,
playing
boy.
out
That's
here.
hard.
No
That's hard.
bullshit. Yeah. Nah, I think one slick deal that it damn near didn't really make no sense how it came about, but it was the power of creative. So we did this Bentley Bentayga. It was I did this joint probably like a damn near 2 years ago now at this point. But the dude like that one it was a 2018 and it was a black edition. That joint was worth probably like 110, some shit like that. Or like 115. He owed like 110. Um he ended up selling well, like through me, he ended up selling for 150. He ended up doing a note and ended up, you know what I'm saying, like taxing more on a monthly and everything like that. Like, it just didn't make no sense how he was able to sell it for that, technically speaking. But it was like, all right, cool, because the buyer ended up putting down it was a small amount that he had to put down too. But he ended up putting down a small amount and seller financing the rest. Do charge an interest rate on the seller finance part, and then the took over the interest rate on the loan. I think it was like 4% or some shit like that. It was a whole Bentayga hybrid creative deal. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
For like, what is it? Damn near 30% more than what it's worth. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire.
I think situations like on a depreciating asset, you feel me? Like I
Yeah.
think situations like that, from a number standpoint and like possibility standpoint is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Um, done a few exotics. I done worked with Porsche, Bentleys, Ranges, McLarens. Think some of the boats that we work with have been pretty slick. We've got, I think probably two, bro. It was one deal which actually we're still in right now. I think there's another creative joint. It's taking a lot longer to close than I wanted, but we leveraged vehicles to get discounts on houses. So
Bro, that's one of my questions there. I love that.
here go some gear turning shit, right? So think about it. Like you can use creative finance for anything. Like we were saying earlier, it doesn't really matter what the asset class is. It's just like learning the game. The game is the game is the game is the game. So like
Yep.
for a crib, let's say you're dealing with a seller, and this is I'm gonna tell you our situation right now in a story. Say you're dealing with a seller. The seller wants 150,000 for their property. They owe maybe 100 or some shit like that, but they want 150. And you're looking at it and you're saying, my numbers really need to be, around like 130 or something like that, all in purchase price plus whatever your down payment terms are and all that other shit. So sellers hell bid on 150. You really want the property, but you're trying to find more bunnies. Like, how can you get them down, right? So instead, you talk to somebody else who's like, hey, um, we've got these cars over here. Like, what do you need? Like, where are you going for your next situation? Let's say the seller needs that amount of money because they need it for payments on a vehicle and a trailer, because that's what their next situation is going to be. So you say, well, what was you going to do? How was you going to put that down? And mind you, you're still taking over their loan, so DTI is still a problem, right? So now you're like, all right, well, shit, I got a solution for you. How about this? We'll get you a truck and a trailer on creative terms if you knock off this equity. And in this situation, let's say the equity portion now, instead of it being 20 that you needed to get it down, you knock off 50. But all you're doing is bringing down payment money to the table to cover their entry, and then they're going to be responsible for the rest of the payments. So now you're getting vehicles, you're putting together a play where you're about to get this crib, and you're using these vehicles to get a discount on this crib. So you grab these whips, he takes them over, and you take over the loan on the house. Use the vehicles to leverage getting discounts on real estate.
Bro, I love that. That was
That
exactly, I
makes
think
sense?
I've
Or am I
looked at that
tripping?
long ago. Say
Yeah.
what?
No, I'm saying that I explained it clear enough. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no. You explained it clear. Yeah, and I actually hit you a couple, I think it was probably about a month and some change ago. I'm like, yo, I got a seller that might be looking for an RV. And so if I
Mhm.
can get one on terms, then I can close this deal at a better rate. So
Right.
like that's immediately how I looked at it. It's like, do I need to go buy a car personally right now on seller finance or substitute? No, but like I see how it can be used
Mhm.
as a tool. And for me, again,
Mhm.
creative finance is all about using the tools that we have to get deals done. So that's
Mhm.
right where my mind went. Like, hey, especially for like folks that are wanting to retire and move somewhere else, or like this is why you use the term they're finding the bunnies. When we're
Yeah.
qualifying leads and at the closer level, when we're really negotiating and digging enough to find all those answers. Because if they say, hey, like I need this money so that I can spend 40 or 50 grand on this RV because I'm going to move to Florida and I'm going to park at RV park. Well, no
Mhm.
worries. You know what? I can get this done for you, roll it all into one larger deal. And now all of a
Mhm.
sudden everybody feels like they won. They got an RV without the upfront expense. They actually keep more money in their pocket. They don't have to qualify in the standard ways. It's like
Yeah.
a win for
So.
them.
Mhm.
And then some people have to walk away from that kind of deal because they're like, oh, well, I can't get it's too high of an entry to do a creative deal for them. So like we
Right.
couldn't. I'm
Right.
like, dude, you just cut yourself short. You didn't dig deep enough to see if there's other ways that you could solve problems for them. So I think that's
Right.
so cool.
100,000%, bro. 100,000%. I agree.
There we go. Well, normally as we reach towards the back part of this, I like to ask people, as you have had success and you've got started, you also were a newbie at one point in time, and I'm sure, made mistakes and learned lessons. What are some things that you feel you wish you would have known, or you may give advice or guidance to somebody that's brand new? Maybe they're in that similar YouTube university portion of their journey, or maybe even right before that, where they're like about to jump in.
Mhm.
What are some pitfalls or things that you can help them avoid?
Avoid your own ego, bro. Like you do not have to do this shit
Mm,
on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be your biggest enemy because you see it's possible. You see the checks, you see the ads and shit keep retargeting you to tell you you can make $30,000 in 30 days and all that kind of shit like that. So you take action and then you try to figure everything out on your own because of your own ego. And it's like, bro, screw all that. Find somebody else who knows more than you. Add value to them. Join a team, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have saved me so many years because like your proximity and who you around and that kind of energy, that's gonna help you out. You know what I'm saying? We always say that you to some of the five people that you hang around the most, you need energy from winning. So if
yeah.
you can figure out, all right, cool, they winning over there. I ain't got shit yet. I know it's possible,
Yeah.
and I see them doing it too. Let me go ahead and figure out what they need. Let me add to them so they can teach me the game, and I will go way farther and faster with somebody else. Like just kill your own ego, bro. Like fuck all that shit. You do not have to do this on your
Oof.
own, and you're not built to live life on your own. You know what I mean? And that's what I
Mm.
would definitely tell anybody in that space.
Bro, what a great answer, especially because that's obviously a lot of what we stand for with deal makers is the collaboration. Because like
Mhm.
when I've joined Sub 2 last year, I saw like I just kind of reached out to Pace right shortly after I joined. I was like, yo, like I've got this call center team. I'm generating lots of leads. I
Mhm.
don't have any closers yet. And he like screenshot it, put on his story. I met with so many people so fast. I probably had through the course of all of last year, probably 400, well, probably 250 to 300 sub two students, and then many others outside of that. So like a lot of people, and so many people tell me they go a long time, and it's because they're doing it on their own. It's because they're
Yeah.
trying to do it by themselves. They got to
Mhm.
go learn, and they're like, I haven't generated leads yet. And then they
Yeah.
generate a good lead. They're like, all right, cool, I got one. But then they don't know how to really negotiate terms to get what they need in order to structure a win-win deal. They
Right.
just knew what to call because of the video that they watched. It's like
Right.
then that deal falls through, or then they finally get one locked up and it falls through because they don't have the end buyer and they're not, going to JV with somebody that does. I think that's
Yeah.
a great answer. So I immediately was like, let's partner up. That's my style, big time. Like, let's partner up. Who can we collaborate with to get more deals done? So I think that's a great answer. And in that light, actually, it reminds me of one other question I wanted to ask is how can we, as a community of primarily lead generators and deal makers,
Mhm.
help facilitate the growth of what you got going on, man? I mean, we talk to sellers all day long. We've got a couple hundred people that are active in the community making calls and generating opportunities. So
Mhm.
we just vicariously stumble into certain things. But beyond that, how do you, I know you mentioned posting in a Facebook group and getting overwhelmed with leads and stuff, but let's say somebody from our community like either has a lead or wants to find leads. Is there a way that they can submit these kind of opportunities to you, or how can we collaborate to do more deals that way?
Hell yeah.
I
Hell
know
yeah.
it.
Absolutely. So I mean, like it's a few ways too, man. So I mean, like I've got I don't know if you see Julie and Amy in the side chat too. They're
Yeah.
top two TCs on our team. There's
Nice.
a few links that you can easily submit deals to. Also, just get with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think uh if we're talking about collaboration and stuff like that, I think this is probably one of the easiest things that you can do just in your side time is finding these leads because they are everywhere. There are millions of these leads out there. And I mean for every asset class, from cars to trucks to RVs to planes to all that kind of shit. Like we can give you scripts, we can give you know what I'm saying, like little objection handles and stuff like that. If anybody that does want to go out and find an opportunity, you don't have to buy it yourself. Or say you do want to buy it yourself, you want to learn. We teach this stuff in our community as well. But I'm more than happy to support anybody that's out going and looking for opportunities, and then we can close them down. You know what I'm saying? So if you got people and we collaborate like that, there's more opportunities for us to help the people in these problems, and more opportunities for us to get these find the solvers of these problems by putting, you know what I'm saying, like connecting those dots together. So
Yes.
easily we have for anybody that's looking to submit, I think we dropped the type forms in the chat. If anybody has any
Great.
leads, go ahead and easily submit them. But you can easily reach me Facebook or Instagram at Mike Will Close It. Easy call.
Yo,
Well, you know where
hold
that's
on,
coming
hold on. I
from.
gotta
That's
give my
so
man some
sick.
props on the mic. Will close it. Are you kidding me? That's so dope,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh man, that's awesome.
My
I'm a
man said
producer
that
first
so
too, though, so that's
casually
where
and
it comes
kept
from.
going.
I know, right? It was a slide right by the mic. Will close. Everybody out here like
Yeah, bro.
that's tight.
No, I appreciate it. But yeah, but no, just reach out to me, you know what I'm saying? Like my DMs is open. More than happy to make a deal with anybody that's got lead that they need help with. Let's rap, man. You know what I'm saying? To get you some money.
You got my mind spinning, man, because what I do best is build these lead generation systems, especially leveraging social media. I mean, that is my bread and butter for sure. We have made a lot of money just simply by knowing how, when, and where to post on social media. So we actually have a course in our academy called Facebook Bandit that we teach them how to put bandit signs in targeted Facebook groups to generate real estate leads. So
Okay.
very similar strategy could be applied here to generate these leads, and it will take just probably about an hour or so for Brennan to build a delivery system to deliver from our OS to wherever it needs to go for you. Because for me,
Mhm.
it's all about being as easy and smooth as possible for everybody that uses our platform as well. So like yeah, they
Yeah.
could go directly to you and fill it out, or they can use right in their OS, and we'll just have a little form for them to send straight across to you, and then we can
Yeah.
help communicate on updates and stuff. That's really what we do is kind of play that connection point. And so I'm
Yeah.
sure, especially I'm bringing in somebody currently to the academy. Her name is Kimberly Beck. She's going to be our head of experience. Really take some time to develop our like training and like actual training and knowledge course stuff. And so one of the things that the ideas that she has brought to me, and actually Daniel, I think played a part in this idea as well, is collaborating with other industry experts to do some teaching. I know you already do that on your side and teach
Mhm.
it to our community as well so that we can have that option for them to not only learn how to generate those leads, but have a direct channel to monetize those opportunities versus YouTube University, where you often learn something, but then don't know
It's
how to
just all
actually
copy.
implement
Yeah.
it, take it all the way there. So I think we could just build something pretty cool, a little mini course together between what you already have and what we can do, and easy peasy. That's what I do is teach people how to generate those opportunities, create movement.
Work, man. Let's work, man. You ain't saying nothing but a word, shorty. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Well, I've been excited, man, for this. I knew we were gonna have a real good time talking. I'm sure we'll get
Mhm.
on over the next couple of days and carry out further collaborations, man. But I
Yeah.
appreciate you spending time with us and just like sharing so much game. And I think you really unlocked a lot of things for me, at least. I'm sure. I know Daniel's spinning. I know everybody that got to learn about the creative like aspect of using this in cars. I know we got some community members that are sitting out there listening right now, like, yo, I need a whip so bad and I need to
Yeah.
find a way to go do this. And like, this is an opportunity for them to go do those things. I think that's really
Yeah.
cool. Ton of game, bro. I appreciate all that.
Bro,
Easy call.
I don't need no more cars, bro, but I do need some horse trailers. You hear me?
You're
Say
funny.
that.
Well, there we
Shoot.
go. Well, these last couple of minutes, I actually want to just kind of announce something that we're going to be doing for the rest of the month with the Academy and Deal Makers. And Mike, I would love for you to play a part with us with this. We're going to be doing a March Madness style competition between the teams that we have, and we're going to monetize, or not monetize, but gamify each action. So generating leads, submitting deals, getting deals closed live on the Blitz and stuff like that. So we're going to and we're gonna have a little bit of a flyer that we give to our community members and everything like that. But on Saturday, maybe not, we have one coming this Saturday, and I believe we're gonna do a blitz every Saturday of this month for this March Madness. So any one of those days that you want to jump on and close deals with the gang, we can definitely make that happen. And the
Yeah.
team that generates the most points and wins this little competition will get a little prize pack, and then the actual individual student who generates, and actually both the closer and the student who generate the most and close the most deals is going to get a free MacBook Air as well. So we're just having some fun with it. We got so many people in the community. I'm like, hey, how can we do something with March Madness?
Yeah.
Sauce was like, hey, let's run with it. And so we started to put this together. So, and I knew we had you coming on. I'm like, all right, Mike's going to be great because I know he'll want to jump on and close deals. I just know
Yeah,
that.
hell yeah. Yeah, we can make that happen. I'm sitting there thinking about it. I know I can't do this Saturday, but next Saturday, you know what I'm saying? If y'all gonna be on it, let's go ahead and jump
Let's
in.
get on the books.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I'm gonna start a group chat on Facebook with me, Daniel, and yourself, and probably Zach, and then we'll all get you dialed in to play a part in that too. I think it'll be a lot of fun, man. So that'll be
Yeah,
cool. And then other than that, man, thanks so much again for your time, man. I appreciate it, and I look forward to collaborating and doing some deals together, my man.
sure, man. Thank you so much for having me, man. It's always been a pleasure.
Cool,
Take
cool.
your
All right,
time, bro.
Yeah,
there we
appreciate
go.
it.
Thanks, Mike.
Pleasure meeting y'all.
Have a good night, guys. Peace.